Today on the channel, we finish up Jack's Classic Superstar Series 9 unboxing and reviews with Akeem, the Ugandan Giant Kamala, and Paul Bearer.
The spirit of the warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jack's Classic Superstar Series 9 unboxing and review. And today on the channel, the Ugandan Giant Kamala, the African Dream Akeem, and of course, manager of The Undertaker, Paul Bearer. But for all your Mattel and Jazzwares modern day wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. So we're going to take a look at Series 9 like we always do all the other reviews on the channel here. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We're going to start it off with the Ugandan Giant Kamala. Kamala, one of the all-time greats in the wrestling game. Of course, a gimmick like this would never really fly today, but the 70s, 80s time frame, man, there was a lot to be said about Kamala. Just a world beater. He feuded with Hogan, feuded with Lawler. He was actually created by Jerry the King Lawler. A lot of people don't know that. But Kamala, just an absolute stud back in the day. A little bit goofy at times. I always felt his goofy time against The Undertaker, where he was scared of caskets and stuff. Didn't really work for me a whole lot. Of course, he did have different managers. He had Slick, he had Kim Chi as his handler. He had a lot of different stuff going on. So Kamala, always a great, and one of the guys that always comes up when you're talking 80s WWF. Never really thought of as a heavyweight title contender. Never thought of as an Intercontinental Champion. I always thought it would have been cool if maybe they got Kamala 2 or made a Kamala 2 back before Kamala 2 was a thing, and maybe had a tag team with these guys. I think it would have been a really good tag team of the Ugandan Giants or something like that. Fighting Demolition. That would have been a really cool thing to do, but that never did happen. But let's take a look at the packaging on old Kamala here. Looking good. There's some issues with this one, and we'll talk about it when we get him out of the package. But of course, part of the WrestleMania ticket promotion, as we know. Kamala looking good in the package there. On the side, the Ugandan Giant Kamala. And there he is over there on the other side. Of course, in today's day and age, he would be not sensitive enough to the Ugandan people, because Ugandan people probably don't look like Kamala, I would imagine. If you're from Uganda, special shout out to you. Kamala on the back there, glamour shot, got the tail of tape, got the blurb, we got the cross sell. We're unboxing them all here on the channel. Make sure you subscribe with the old notification bell. We got the WrestleMania 22 promotion blurb, we got UPCs, we got warnings, we got all the fun. And let's read the back, see what it says about our old buddy Kamala. The Ugandan Giant debuted 1974, 375 pounds, height 6'7", finishing move, the Ugandan Splash. Now, I don't think he was quite 6'7", but he was one of those guys that looked a heck of a lot bigger in person. But, you know, I was probably 4 feet tall when I saw him for the first time, so who knows. But definitely a big, big dude. Now, I will say on the back of the package here, he is depicted in a long skirt, where they gave him a mini skirt on the actual figure. What is up with that? I'm not exactly sure, but it looks so goofy with this little mini skirt here. I don't know. The long skirt was probably the way to go, but they did use the Bam Bam Bigelow size body here instead of the super heavyweight Yokozuna. I do think that worked. This could be a little bit bigger maybe, but it did seem to work okay, I thought. So there it is. Off to the races. Let's get him out of the package, see what all the fuss is about. Let's take a trip to Uganda. Might as well. Why not? Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we take a trip to Uganda? Nothing bad happens in Uganda, I don't think. I think it's just a beautiful place this time of year. Or maybe not. I don't know. See you later. Goodbye. All right, got the ticket promotion. You get these out. Come on. Come on out. Oh, WrestleMania 2. What a time to be alive. See you later off the screen. WrestleMania 2. Of course, King Kong Bundy, Hulk Hogan right there. So there's the ticket for that. Off to the races. Plastic Prison Kamala, the Ugandan Giant, doing Ugandan Giant type things. There he is, pulling out of the package. Bam, off the races. See you later. Goodbye. We got a mask. Oh, gotta love this Kamala mask. Big, big, scary mask. Very cool. Very tribal-like, I guess you would call it, for lack of better terms. Does a clip in the back. It just goes right on his head very, very easily. So you can have it. It does look a little goofy with him. He just needs a little bit more, especially in that skirt department. But it does fit over his head. Very good color to it, the teeth, all that kind of stuff. A great accessory. I wish he would have had a spear or some other kind of accessory with him, but definitely looks really good here, Kamala. Let's walk through this articulation. The articulation is going to be the same in all three guys, so let's run through that real quick. Head, of course, side to side. No real up and down with Kamala. You do get the bicep cut. You do get the single jointed elbows. You do get the wrists that go side to side, round and round. You get a waist cut. You do get a single jointed knee. Legs that go up a little bit. The big guys don't have as much articulation in the leg department, which makes sense. And then you get the ankles up and down. We do get toes on him, so we do get bare feet like a young Jimmy Snuka. And then I'm not exactly sure what these are around his knee. It's like almost like knee pads, but they're very, very skinny. But those are molded in there. The skirt is removable. It's just black underwear underneath, and it is a soft goods skirt. Leopard print, of course. And then you got 2 stars and moon belly. The moon belly Kamala is what we got going on here. Of course, great face paint. You guys know old Kyle's a sucker for face paint, and he looks really good with that. And then the big bushy beard like we're used to and accustomed to with Kamala as well. Just a really, really good-looking Kamala figure. Is it the best Kamala? Absolutely not. Kamala's had some interesting figures over the years, though. Of course, his LJN back in the day. You had the Hasbro. You had this one. I believe we've had 2 Mattels, am I mistaken? Didn't they get re-released? I think we had an original one and then a re-released version. I could be wrong on that, but same figure, basically. So we've got a few different Kamalas over the years, but I feel like we are due for some more. I think the Mattel team could really take Kamala up to the next level. Who knows? That Ultimate Edition Mattel Creations Coliseum video line, maybe that's where that ends up going. The Coliseum collection, we get a Kamala out of that. I don't know. I have to assume he's part of that concussion lawsuit that's keeping a lot of guys from being made into figures. Hopefully they get that figured out because there's money to be made for everybody. I'd like to see some more Kamala figures. Would be a good thing. But there he is, Kamala. I don't know if he's going to stand up. And I never say in these videos, but these don't fit on the ringside collectible stands because they don't have holes in their feet. So getting these guys to stand is sometimes a little bit magic. Sometimes you got to use the little special touch. And, oh, I got the touch, let me tell you. Like a young Transformers. There it is. Bam. All right, off to the side. Next up, we're going to take a look at another guy from Africa. Deepest, darkest Africa, as we know. Akeem. A lot of people say it was a play on Dusty Rhodes. It does make sense to that. It's funny, as a kid, I didn't think that, though. Isn't that really weird? I don't know. I just seemed like it was Akeem. He was one-man gang one day, and then he got transformed into Akeem, and hey, it was believable enough for me. You go around a fire pit in a back alley. That's kind of stuff that happens to when you're a little kid and you're 6 years old. Made all the sense in the world to me. But I always liked, I've talked before, I always loved the one-man gang and Akeem, one of the greatest big men of all time. And I don't think he gets his flowers, as one might say. Very, very underrated. Big guy with a gentle heart. Very, very good. Akeem was a great one. I love the Twin Towers. I was always a little sad how quickly they brushed off that feud. They had the big WrestleMania match with Boss Man and Akeem. And that was off to the races with Boss Man, and Akeem was basically forgotten about. I feel like they could have done more with him. He did go back to his one-man gang persona. In WCW, had a really good run there. I enjoyed him in ECW as well. So the gang, he'll always be special to me, but I always have a soft spot for old Akeem. And there's Akeem right there. One of the rarest Mattel Elite figures of all time, too. One guy that we'd love to have ran back one of these days. This one's really good. It is missing his yellow overshirt, whatever you want to call it. Is it a dashiki? Is that what they call it? I don't know. But he's missing that yellow shirt. That would have been really take this one to the next level. Just like the one-man gang figure, missing his denim vest. Would have loved to have seen those. He does have a soft goods hat with him, though, at least. On the side, there's Akeem. Wish we would have got Slick in the Classics line. That would have been a good manager figure. There's Akeem on the side. On the back, we got the cross-sell. We got the UPCs. We got the warnings. We got a glamour shot of Akeem. We got the tail of the tape. We got the blurb. And we got the WrestleMania 22 promotion. Let's see what it says about our old buddy Akeem. Debuted 1977. 398 pounds, 6'9", finishing move, the old 747, front suplex, and elbow. So he's 6'9", and he is 398 pounds. So he's, let's say, 25 pounds more than Kamala and 2 inches taller by the tail of the tape. But he did get the super heavyweight torso, the Yokozuna-like torso. Where's the cutoff line? That'd be interesting to figure that out looking at all these figures, to figure where the line is. We're going to get Akeem out of the package here. Ooh. There it is. Maybe. There it is. That went out pretty smoothly. Akeem and I are in good graces, so he does come out smoothly for me. It makes all the sense in the world. And I'm going to get this out. Bam, there it is. Off the races, up high. See you later. Goodbye. What ticket do we get? Oh, yes. WrestleMania 6, the greatest night in the history of our great sport. Ultimate Warrior running wild, of course, as we remember in WrestleMania 6. Looking good off to the side there. Plastic prison time for old Akeem. There he is, the big man. Looking like a young Conrad Thompson, as we always say. A lot of people customize this into a Conrad figure, of course. Pulling that guy out. Pulling the hat out. Off the races. Bam. See you later. Goodbye. Let's look at this soft goods hat. It's just a soft goods hat. Not a lot to it. I do prefer this soft good, I think, over the plastic version. We got the plastic version with Mattel. Doesn't stick the best for sure. This does fit really good. It can mold kind of around his head. Almost looks like a big chef hat. Looks like a young Chef Boyardee is what it reminds me of almost. But it does look okay. It is Akeem at the end of the day. So we do have that. Then we break down this Akeem figure. We already know about the articulation, but man, he's got the big head, but all day long. Now, maybe I just like Akeem a lot. I like the one-man gang. I see this. I know exactly who this is. I know exactly who this is. Some people might say, like we said, Conrad Thompson. A lot of people do say that. Just kind of like everybody always calls me AJ Styles, The Big Show, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, The Cowardly Lion. And just the other day, somebody said, Kyle, did anybody ever tell you you're the spitting image for Conrad Thompson? So really brings it all full circle. So really it is a custom figure of me, I guess, at this point is what people are saying. Or at least one person. But yeah, I'm sure Conrad Thompson loves hearing that he looks like Akeem all the time, just where everybody comes to me and says, oh, anybody ever tell you? Like, yeah, I hear it every single day, and it never gets old. Let me tell you, it never gets old. It's all right. You can look like worse people, I guess. I don't know. But Akeem looks really good. I love the head sculpt on this one. The blue, yellow, green, yellow boots really does fit Akeem from the time. So a fabulous, fabulous rendition of his figure. Something to be said, though, about the giant body. I don't know. He's definitely bigger than the Kamala size, but I don't know if he's super heavyweight size. Like I always say, if they could have got a body style just in between these two, man, we would have really had some great, great figures if they could have found a body style right in between those two. But just wasn't meant to be. Was not meant to be, for sure. So there it is. There is Akeem, the African Dream. And now we turn our attention to the manager of champions. Who is it? It is Paul Bearer, of course, father of Kane, manager of The Undertaker, quite the legend in his own right. And Paul Bearer makes his introduction into the Jakks Classic Superstars line in Series 9. There he is, got his long tie, very Gorilla Monsoon-esque with the soft goods underneath and with the tie going on. Gorilla had a bow tie. We'll talk a little bow tie here in a second, so stay tuned for that. We do get the WrestleMania promotion ticket, we do get the urn, and we do get the figure. On the side, Paul Bearer. On the side, a little glamour shot. And I'm opening this one up. As you can see, it is ripped. So this is the perfect opener. It's minty, minty inside, packaging destroyed. This is what I want out of things I'm opening, for sure. So that's why I want to point that out. Got the cross-sell, UPCs, warnings, ticket promotion, glamour shot, blurb, tail of the tape. It's all back there for old Paul Bearer, old Uncle Paul. Let's read the back, see what it says about Paul Bearer. Debuted in 1974. I had a 1974 Jeep J20 pickup truck, and oh, I missed that truck. Career highlights, manager of The Undertaker, manager of Kane. And it's funny, as a kid, I was one of the only kids on the old playground that knew him as Percival Pringle. Of course, up here in the upper Midwest where I am from, we did get a little bit of the USWA stuff, some of the GWF stuff, some of that stuff on ESPN. And he had blonde hair, as we all know, Percival Pringle. And I remember him showing up as Paul Bearer and being like, wait a minute. And I remember just looking like, I know this guy, I know this. And then you hear the voice, you know all day long who it is. I'm like, wow, he dyed his hair from bleach blonde to dark black. Crazy, but 99.9%. Actually, I was the only kid that knew that in the old playground back in the day. I'm sure some of you kids down in Texas, things like that, you knew all about this. But up in the northern Iowa area, yeah, nobody knew Percival Pringle. But boy, Kyle did, and everybody looked at me like I had 3 heads. And some things never change. A lot of people look at me like I have 3 heads now. It's funny how that works out. But Paul Bearer looking good here in figure form. Of course, we've gotten a few other Paul Bearers over the years. We got the old Bone Cruncher figure back in the day. We got a couple of Mattel Elites over the years. Paul Bearer always getting a good figure every once in a while. I'd love a Percy Pringle figure, though. Give me one of those. Give me Eric Embry while you're at it, too, please. Pull it out. There it is. And we got the ticket here. Maybe. Pull that ticket out. Come on. Come on, ticket. Oh, it's fighting me. It's fighting me all the way. Oh, I got it. I'm sliding it out. And we're back to WrestleMania 6. See you later. Goodbye. WrestleMania 6 promotion ticket. Once again, we've already seen that one 3 times now in Series 9. And then we get Paul Bearer in the plastic prison. And there he is. You got the urn, and then you got the tie. But hold on a second. Like a chef preparing his meal for a TV thing, you know, when you're doing the power of YouTube, you say, okay, I'm going to get some stuff made up and done ahead of time. That's exactly what I did. I started to get this guy out of the box. Give it the old see you later. See you later. We got another pallbearer in the plastic prison, but we're talking variants here at the table today. Now, of course, the back of the package showed, and the one you saw most of the time on the shelf was pallbearer in his traditional tie. But wait a minute, there's more. There's a pallbearer in a bow tie variant, and that's what we have right here. Same everything else, just this one has a bow tie, this one has a traditional tie. So choose your own pallbearer adventure. What do you prefer? See you later. Do you prefer a tie? Do you prefer a bow tie? Let it be known for all. You guys let me know what you like better. See you later. Goodbye. I think I prefer the tie version all day long. It does look good, though. I mean, same figure besides that, so I'm just going to stick him over here. Bam. Uh-oh. Ooh, we never liked this out of the package. Can you hear this? It's like a baby rattle. So we got a little rattle effect. Something broke off inside there, unfortunately. Now, we see that with a lot of Jack's Ruthless Aggression figures, especially loose ones. You know, when people are selling on eBay and stuff, you got to ask the question, smoke-free home. The joint's tight. Does it have a rattle? Because sometimes right out of the package, they have that rattle. It's not the end of the world, but it is a little bit annoying, especially if you were playing. You'd be rattling around all day long. But there it is. There's pallbearer here, and let's break this figure down now. One of the biggest gripes about pallbearer, of course, is the height. He is an absolute giant in the line. Suited figure, it's just kind of the way it was. I always make my excuses for Jack, saying, hey, that's how it was, and it truly was back then. It's not like today's day and age where scale is really a thing that's thought of. It wasn't thought of in the Jack's line, so you got to say, hey, that's just the way it is. But very, very good. Talk about an amazing head sculpt on this pallbearer all day long and twice on Sunday. You know this is pallbearer. It looks identical to him. Looks just like him. Just a wonderful, wonderful head sculpt. Now, they did use the soft good undershirt with the soft good tie. Not the hugest fan of this. Sometimes it looks okay. Sometimes it looks god-awful. We do see loose ones of these. You'll see stained shirts and stuff. Just, that's not cool at all. I don't know. They're trying to do something different. They're trying to class up the figure a little bit more than your traditional Ruthless Aggression style that would just have a plastic one. So I see what they're doing there. Of course, sometimes these are rolled up and you see it's like a half shirt on them. That does look a little strange. But all in all, it is a good pallbearer. This is a good attempt from 17 years ago. This definitely does work. One gripe is he cannot hold his urn, so that is a little strange. It's like, okay, you got this urn, but you can't even hold it. Maybe get a little of that clear tape. You can wrap it around his hand, something like that. Maybe that's what I'll do. But you do get two urns because we got two pallbearers, so choose your own urn adventure. But very, very good figures. I should see. Do we think this one rattles? Oh, no rattle in this one, so this one's my favorite one. He doesn't have a rattle. But identical head sculpts. Man, just a fabulous, fabulous figure. Just fabulous head sculpt on that one. If you don't own this pallbearer, what are you waiting for? Go grab him. Go grab him at your local Toys R Us right now. There you go. But what are your guys' thoughts on Classic Superstars Series 9? Pallbearer, Akeem, and Kamala. You agree with the gripes I have on these, but all in all, figures that definitely deserve to be in the Classic Superstars line. I think we can all agree on that one. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. Every Tuesday, a brand new Classic Superstars video. And if you're a Patreon member, best way to support the channel, as you guys know, you're months and months ahead of traditional YouTube on these videos, so definitely check it out. Support the channel, get over to the Patreon. You also get bonus content, exclusive content, early access to other videos, and a monthly giveaway. The most bang for your buck you could ever want over there on Patreon. Link in the description below. Follow along on social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for the Akeem, the Kamala, the pallbearer, I am the Kyle, and I will see you guys all real soon.